One year over Halloween, I was visiting my cousins. We were all around the same age. Like any normal teenagers, we were bored and with nothing to do, we decided to go trick-or-treating. My cousins lived in this really old area. All the houses were well over 100 years old. The entire place looked something out of a horror film. We knocked on a few doors. Everything was going good until my cousin dared me to knock on the house at the end of the street. Thinking nothing of it, I walked up to the house while they stayed behind. As I knocked on the door, it opened slowly. Creaking noises and everything. It was really dark inside, with just a little light coming from one of the rooms further back in the house. I remember thinking these people had gone all out for Halloween because this place was so creepy. I called out, but there was just silence. Beginning to feel really creeped out, I just about to leave when I heard a woman's voice say, "Come on in." There was no way I was going in there, so I just waited and then heard her say again, "Come on in." And then something like, "We're here." I'm really scared now. I'm just standing there frozen because there was something about that voice and it was so dark in there. Then suddenly I hear a loud band and what sounds like heavy footsteps rushing towards me from the back of the house, and that's when I ran. My cousins were laughing at me, but when I told them the story about the creepy voice telling me to go inside, they stopped. Turns out the house had been abandoned for years and was known to be haunted. My daughter had this imaginary friend called Polly when she was much younger. I would regularly hear her talking in a room as though there was someone else in it. I wasn't overly bothered by it. I thought it was a normal thing for a kid to do. If I was setting the table, she would ask me to set a place for Polly. If she lost a toy, then Polly had lost it. As I said, normal stuff. I never gave it much thought until one night when I was putting my daughter to bed. I asked her what Polly looked like. She said, "He looks like Grandpa, only he's a lot older and no hair and black eyes." And then said, "But I'm not supposed to tell you, it's a secret." I freaked out. She slept in my bed that night, and I'll be honest, I kept the light on all night. Polly. It lasted a whole year before my daughter gradually stopped talking about her, him, or it. I never asked her about it again, as I remember someone telling me once, the more you talk about something like that, the more power you give it. It seems to have worked. An old friend of the family used to drive school buses across the country to their soon-to-be new schools. Protocol called for them not to stop for anything, even to help. He was driving in the Midwest one night and came across a long stretch of road with a huge cornfield on one side and an empty field on the other. It was 2 o'clock in the morning, and he came across a wrecked car with the lights still on and people scattered on the ground. He slowed down to help, but remembered he couldn't, so he kept going. As he was calling it in, he looked back to find the people standing in the middle of the road staring at the bus. Upon further inspection, others started to emerge from the corn in a creepy fashion while also staring at him. I was 6 when he told me this. I still hate him a little.